Hello Internet, Rumbutt here, and we've reached Orlando. So yeah, that's this is a thing. This is a thing that we're doing. So we got a few souls to spend.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire.
Alright, and we're gonna be leveling up faith. Because I want to be able to use some of these new miracles that I've got.
Farewell, Ashen One. May the flames guide thee.
Let's go see if we can't get a miracle or two. Oh. Well, that's surprising.
Oh, sweet champion, where have you been? Please, your touch. The little creatures, how they nip and bite.
So you notice that her dialogue changed, and that's because I bought a dark miracle from her. Now, the reason why I was surprised is there's something that's supposed to happen, but I might have to beat a boss for it to trigger, so let's see. And I don't have enough to buy anything else from her, so...
Oh, sweet champion. Leaving so soon? Please, come back in good time. I am frightened of the dark that gnaws away at me.
So yeah, there is a particular sequence of events that will now occur because I have bought Dark Miracles from her. There is another trainer that you can give Dark Miracles to so that you don't have to deal with that sequence of events if you don't want to. Alright, so now that we've dealt with a few things at the shrine, it's time to continue doing stuff. So let's go back to the Orlando bonfire. And I need to check a couple of things here first. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do, now that we're back at the Orlando bonfire, is I'm going to take the spiral staircase elevator down again. And why am I going to do that? Because... Oops. Wrong way. Interestingly enough, it did used to go up another level, but not any longer. Okay, so we're going to go back into the Tomb of the Dark Moon and check on something real quick. And if it's not there, then we'll just cut this out of the footage. But I think it will be. I think it's just the area needs to be reloaded. Or maybe I just fucking missed it in all the, you know, super creepy shit that was going down. Yep, there it is. Oh, actually here, wow, okay. So, yeah, her corpse is completely gone now. And we get her sword. Now, if you don't go through this quest line, if you come in here and you haven't done this quest line and she already has the sword in her face, or they already have the sword in their face, then there will be then their sword will be there already. So that's a thing. Yep, so Henri's sword scales with luck. I believe it's pretty much the best weapon. If you're doing a luck build, it's pretty much the best weapon as far as I've seen. I've seen a lot of people using it. It's basically the Astora straight sword except with luck scaling. Yeah. So now we're going to go back up to the top. And you might notice this appears, this appears interesting because it looks like there's a bonfire over there. It looks like you can definitely get there. But how? Because there's like a, how would you get there? I wonder how you would get to such a place. So, if you're online, you'll see messages written in the air here. They can't be written on the elevator because the elevator is an elevator and you can't write messages on moving geometry. But yeah, there is an invisible walkway. Now you only have to do this one way because there's no coming back in this direction from this. But if you think about the geography here, if you look, so that's the cathedral where Pont of Sullivan is. And I'm not gonna like turn around and fucking use binoculars and all that because I'm worried about, you know, falling. But that's the cathedral where Pont of Sullivan was, right? And then down here, this is, you know, this is Central Irithyll over here. So this right here, this building right beneath us that's connected to this tower is the Church of Yorshka. And if you'll remember, there was a room that went up, but there was no way to actually go up. And so now we can just roll down here, light this bonfire, and who might this be? I wonder. Hello.
Name thyself, stranger. I am Yorshka, captain of the Dark Moon Knights. What beckoned thee to such a place? Thou thinkst too. Very well. Captain to this knightless company I remain. I will grant thee purpose. Thou'st journeyed far. Hear my voice. If thou shalt swear by the covenant to become a shadow of Father Gwyn and Sister Guinevere, a blade that shall hunt the foes of our lords, then I place thee under the aegis and the power of the Dark Moon. Thou art now a blade of the Dark Moon, the only knight of our company. Swear this oath and face thy solemn duty.
Alright, so we get the Blade of the Dark Moon Covenant. Now, if you do not, if you piss off Sirius before she gives you the Dark Moon loyalty gesture, you can't get this covenant. Alright, so, yeah, we have the Blade of the Dark Moon Covenant now, and we can offer proofs of Concord kept to Yorshka here. Now, Yorshka is very interesting. If you look, she appears very similar to... She appears very similar to Priscilla. Right? But she's the captain of the Dark Moon Knights. Also, the poor thing... She's trapped in this tower.
Oh. Good blade of the Dark Moon. Welcome home. If I can provide thee succor, only tell me how.
Alright, we're gonna give her the proof of a Concord kept that we got. And we're gonna talk to her.
Long ago, our father Gwyn, lamenting the waning of the fire, became cinder of his own will. Now, the fire is linked by the champions who have come in his stead. Such is the will of Father and the gods. And so the Dark Moon Knights took arms to watch over those who link the fire. But long ago, our company lost its last proper knight. Only its covenant was preserved to this day, until the time of thy visit. Heirdom taketh many forms, indeed.
Interesting.
May I pose thee a question? This tower, this prison, stands tall and solitary, the contraption bridging its lower reaches long unmoving. So, by what path didst thou here ascend? Art thou a creature of the air? Or other winged thing?
I can tell her I can fly, but I'm not going to.
No, of course not. Forgive my prying. Think no more on mine asking. I am ashamed to say I know very little of anything.
Alright then. So now...
Off so soon? May the dark moon watch over thee.
So Yorshka is a very interesting character. She bears resemblance to Priscilla, who in Dark Souls 1 was a half-dragon, half-god of at least half-questionable parentage, because we don't know who her mother was. We're almost 100% certain that her father was Seath. But she bears quite a resemblance to Priscilla, and I'm just gonna leave that in your mind for now, for the time being. Okay, we did use that bonfire, so now let's put the silver cat ring on and do some jumpy jumps, because there's some items that we want to get a hold of. Oh, another thing you might want to take note of is the fact that right now, right here, this right here, where we're standing, is where the Painting Guardian, is where the Church of the Painting, right? Where the Cathedral of the Painting, where the painting that had the painted world of Ariamis, where Priscilla was imprisoned, or perhaps was the warden, but this is where the painted world of Ariamis, where the painting that led to it was kept. In Dark Souls 1. Now, of course, the cathedral isn't here, and we have this tower. So, yeah. Alright, we have the silver cat ring on, and it's time to do some droppy downs. Let's make sure that we drop down to the right locations. We're going to drop down here. So, yeah, we are currently in the... Ooh, man, that's not treacherous at all. We're currently in the tower. Get the Painting Guardian's curved sword, which makes perfect sense considering the location of the Church of Yorshka and the tower. I forgot to look at the name of that bonfire. So, but we are in, and we get the Painting Guardian set. We're in the tower that we could get to the bottom of, but we couldn't progress upwards from. So yeah, that's a pretty secret covenant, as you can tell by the fact that you have to walk across an invisible pathway to get there. You have to have a certain gesture to join once you do get there. Now, of course, we don't need to drop down. It's completely unnecessary, except to get items. And I believe we've dropped all the way down now. Yep. So, here we are, back in the Church of Yorshka. Now, I want to point out something. If you look over here, when we first came to the Church of Yorshka, there was a statue right here. Standing right here. Actually, let me check something. I'm just gonna check something really quick. Okay, we're not the same statue, but there was a statue similar to these right here. And now there isn't. And from that pilgrim that was outside the Dark Moon Tomb, we got the chameleon spell after I think it was after she expired, we got the chameleon spell from her. So yeah, okay, it's the prison tower. All right, well, now we're going to progress on through Anor Londo. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the spiral staircase elevator back up. And the second thing I'm going to do is get ready to throw some fire on my weapon. Because we got a knight coming. Actually, we have 2 knights coming. Come on, buddy. I want to get him far enough down. Oh yeah, Prism Stone. Sick. Yeah. Okay, that's a good time. Yeah, they do not play at the beginning of this area. Alright, this time I'm gonna have the sword that has a shield break, and I'm gonna fucking take the goddamn prism stones off my... Come on, buddy. Damn it. This is one of those get good moments, you know? Oh shit, I have the silver cat ring on instead of the Farron ring. Hold on. There we go. Silver Knight, come on down. Further down, please. Further down, please. Whew, that was close. Come on. Shit! Okay, and we have time to swap to our talisman. Use a heal. Alright, now we can deal with this second Silver Knight on his own. Or her own. We don't know. No shield break with this one, but it's fine. Okay, buddy. I know you're scared. Alright. But that's not all. That's not all, no. Now we have a Red Eyes Silver Knight to deal with. Come on, buddy. But they're not too tough to deal with once you know what you're doing. Use that heal. Oops. Wrong spell selected. Ah, shit. Well, I didn't mean to do that. That's unfortunate. Oh well. It's fine. Super fine. So yeah, this area over here is where you would have originally done the good old Silver Knight Archer run in Dark Souls 1. Grab this item. Lots of large souls out here. And this, of course, is the front door, which, just like in Dark Souls 1, you can't get through. It's really unfortunate that I accidentally cast that, because it's actually, the flame arc is going to be really useful. And is there an item down this way? I forget. Oh well, it doesn't cost that much mana to cast anyway. So anyway, and then of course over here is the old giant blacksmith who unfortunately has passed away. But the old friendly giant did leave behind his coal. Wow, the timing of that with the fire going out was pretty good. Alright, so we got the giant's coal, and now we're going to come up here. And of course this, and we notice there's a lot of like ash or goop. I mean, yeah, I think it's goop, because it sounds squishy. It doesn't sound like dust or ash. So now we're going to come into the old cathedral, and it's dark, and it's ruined, and it's filled with goo. And we're not going to go over to the other side because I want to kill these fucking asshole Deacons of the Deep first. So that's what we're going to do. Shit, force. Fuck, fuck. Okay, so those deacons are dealt with. Get another proof of a Concord kept. Excellent. Get a deacon skirt. Not as excellent, but, you know, whatever. Alright, so we're going to come down on the other side now. Yep, so there used to be a broken window here, but it's not there anymore. So either it got fixed, or... I mean, it probably got fixed. At some point between when the cathedral was ruined and of course this is where you would initially access the cathedral in Dark Souls 1, how you'd initially get in here. So we're going to immediately go and open the door. Because this friendly customer is going to come say hi. And now that we have room, because we killed the Silver Knights, we didn't get the visceral attack there because I wasn't neutral, but yeah. So that cursed beast sends us Aldrich's ruby, and now let's see. Yeah, there are a bunch of these slimes, which I'm convinced are fragments of Aldrich. They take a lot of hits, even with fire on our weapon. So let's take care of these deacons, which are a bigger threat. Okay, maybe not quite as big a threat, considering those guys drop down from the ceiling. Oh no! Yeah, we're not having a good time. There was a deacon that I missed up there? I'm tired of these deacons of the motherfucking deep. I'm tired of all these damn slimes. Holy shit. A lot of them. So yeah, really easy to overlook chest over here. Not a mimic, but very important. Has an Estus shard. Pretty sick. Okay. So we've cleared the path, all that, open the shortcut, all that. And we're gonna swap, heal. And now we're just going to go for the boss fog now. We're not going to deal with killing all these slimes. I only have 4 Estus left, but that's fine. I'm going to chug that so I have that heal. I'm not going to try to use fire damage because I don't think it's going to be very helpful. So this boss fog was originally the boss fog for perhaps the toughest boss in Dark Souls 1. It was a duo boss. It was Ornstein and Smough. And this time we're going back into the same arena to fight Aldrich. close range in this battle real quick. Okay, that's our only heal spell. Do a melee. Thank you. Alright, second phase. This is where shit starts to get real. Two S's left. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Oh shit, okay, here we go. God damn it. Damn. Woo! Almost first try. Alright, now that Aldrich dunked me once, I'm gonna go back and put that Estus shard to use. Alright, derp. Okay, and I think 9 and 3 is good. And of course, I also have this coal to give to Andre.
My, the coal of that peaceable giant. Seems like ages passed. I imagine his passing was long ago. I miss the old bugger, I do. My thanks. I'll be sure this coal is put to good use. I'll be smithing weapons never afore seen by the likes of ye. It's but a small service to pay my humble respects.
Alright.
Prithee, be careful. I don't want to see my work squandered.
I also totally forgot to give the handmaid the Easterner's Ashes, which are like one of the most important sets of ashes in the game.
Ah, well met, Ashen One. How may I be of service?
Because giving her the Easterner's Ashes
Gracious. Passing fine.
gives you the
ash
ability to
thou'st
buy
given.
large Titanite shards.
Let this ash bestow nourishment. I only hope these new wares content thee.
Let's see. So I think that adds some bug pellets. Not sure if it added Kukru, if that was the Grave Warden's Ashes. I know it adds the large Titanite shards. It adds the Easterner's armor. Oh yeah, we got the Armor of Favor, which is the Lautrec's armor from Dark Souls 1. I think by beating that that beast, that Outrider beast that gave us the that dropped the Ring of Favor. And then, of course, there's the Elite Knight set, which you get after Henri dies. The Easterners set, the Eastern set you get from giving the Easterners ashes. And then Dark arrows and Oni Slayer arrows you get. Oh, and the Woodgrain ring you get from the Easterners ashes as well. So those are the items that we get from that.
Ashen One, be sure to bring more souls.
18,127. I'm gonna get 2 more levels so that I can use
Welcome home,
deep
Ashen
protection.
One. Speak thine heart's desire. Farewell, Ashen One. May the flames guide thee.
Now I should be able to equip deep protection. If I'm remembering properly. Oh, it's 20. Fuck. So, I'm gonna adjust my equipment. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be better AR. Just period. Yep. So we're gonna take that off. Leave that on. Leave that on. And we'll swap the Farron ring for... What should we do? Well, how much defense do we have normally? We have low fire defense and low magic defense, which is not good. If we put the speckled stone plate on, it'll generally increase our defenses. Or we could put the Ring of Favor on, which will increase our health and stamina. Or we could put Lingering Dragon Crest on, which will increase the duration of the buff. But I think I'm going to go for the Speckled Stone Plate. Alright then. And let's take those Dragon Slayer Great Arrows off of it. We're not using a Great Bow. At least not yet. Alright. Back to Anor Londo. And now we run to the boss. Which is a lot harder than it was on my first playthrough, because my first playthrough had a bunch of stealth. My first playthrough had stealth spells. The opposite corner. Alright, wait for it. It's probably going to be Lord of Cinder. Nope. Cast replenishment again. No time for buffs anymore. Fuck. Damn it! Damn it! Keep dodging late. Ah, he hit me with the... One Estus flask left. Oh, got it. Woo! Got greedy, paid off. And that's our second Lord of Cinder Fallen. We get the soul of Aldrich and the cinders of a lord. Whew! And 50,000 souls. Good times. Good times. Light the bonfire here. And take the big man's elevator up. Good old Smoff's elevator. And here we are at the top of the room. Now, here's the interesting thing. So, Aldrich resembles Gwendolyn quite a bit. Gwendolyn, the youngest child, at least so far as we know, of Gwen. And I don't like to talk about Gwendolyn's gender because there's a lot of... The way I look at it, you could either see Gwendolyn as either a trans man or a trans woman, and it all depends on how you interpret what's said in the lore, and there's nothing explicit, and I know they're not actually trying for that, which is unfortunate, but there's nothing explicitly said what Gwendolyn actually identifies as. There never once is it said what Gwendolyn says their gender is, so I'm gonna remain neutral on that. Yeah. Anyway, but Aldrich resembles Gwendolyn in the fight, and then to an extent, but then the boss room is filled with this black sludge. So I think and then of course there's the teleport move, which I don't think is actually a teleport. I think that Aldrich is actually the black sludge, and that the manifestation of Gwendolyn that Aldrich creates is, so like that ties back into the black sludge balls, the black slime balls being fragments of Aldrich, like I said before, and you find them in the Cathedral Deep, and then you find a shit ton right outside this boss room here, where you fight Aldrich. Now in here, one would expect to find Guinevere, the Princess of Sunlight, or at least an illusion of her, but of course that's no longer the case. What we find instead is the Sun Princess Ring, which will give you a little bit of HP regen. Even stacking all the HP regen and the items in the game, so far as I can tell, isn't really helpful. And now we're going to use Ornstein's elevator to go down. Yeah, so, I mean, the deal with Aldrich's fight is, the thing that gets a lot of people is the Dark Moon Bow attack, the arrow attack, because it changes. In the first phase, it comes out in one direction and has a spread. In the second phase, it's narrower, lasts longer, and follows you. And the key, although I kind of fucked it up, at least once in that previous fight, the key is to change direction. The more you change direction, the harder a time it has following you, I've found. So if you keep changing direction, you can continue to outdistance it, because when it turns, it gets slower. So changing direction is really key. Sprinting is good, although it is around the same speed as you're sprinting, and yeah, the dodging and whatnot. Once again, back in this cathedral, same as in Dark Souls 1, we have the statue of Gwyn, we have the statue of Guinevere. Of course, Gwendolyn is never acknowledged, and the third statue, which would have been Gwyn's firstborn son, but he was disgraced, and so all memory of him was removed, including his statues. So yeah, good times. Let's go back to the shrine. So yeah, I feel Aldrich is a fairly simple boss fight once you get caught off guard once by the first time the arrow attack changes. You kind of figure it out, and then you got it. Then you've got it. Excuse me. But yeah, and now we have a bunch of souls, so I'm gonna fucking get up to 20 faith so I can use those fucking miracles that I want to use.
Speak thine heart's desire.
And we can get 2 levels. We can even get a 3rd level. So 20 faith, and then I'm gonna start leveling up vigor and endurance again and get them to 25 before I level anything else.
Farewell, Ashen One. May the flames guide thee.
Alright, so let's put Aldrich's cinders upon his throne. And then we will talk to Ludleth and see what we can make out of Aldrich's soul. Man, that's gross. That's super gross. Look at that. Aldrich was gross. That's all I'm gonna say. And I think we were literally standing in Aldrich the entire fight. Like, that's why, like, the manifestation of Gwendolyn could teleport around, because it was literally just Aldrich moving where his Gwendolyn snake was, being projected from his body, basically.
Aha, thou'rt returned, and a fine day it is. So, happened upon any twisted souls?
As a matter of fact, I have happened upon a soul most twisted, Ludleth. So, from the soul of Aldrich, we can make the Dark Moon Longbow, Gwendolyn's bow, or a miracle, Life Hunt Scythe. Now, this used to be a weapon in Dark Souls 1, but it's a dark miracle in Dark Souls 3. And the description, I think, is very telling. So we're gonna get the Life Hunt Scythe because I want it, and because I'm doing, faith and miracles and stuff. So yeah.
Now, do not
No, I won't. Okay. So that's going to take 22 faith, or close to requirement. But the description is very interesting because I think now a lot of people have taken, you know, have taken Yorshka's dialogue where she says, Father Gwyn and Sister Guinevere to mean, and she also refers to they've taken that to mean that she is the daughter of Gwyn. However, I think she's referring to Gwyn as Father Gwyn in terms of, you know, our Lord and Father. And I think as far as Sister Guinevere, well, there may be some information about that, but I believe that Yorshka is the child of Priscilla and Gwendolyn. And the reason why I believe this is because of the item description of the Life Hunt Scythe miracle, which you've read on the screen, that I've put up on the screen. Why would Aldrich get the Life Hunt Scythe miracle from consuming Gwendolyn when the Life Hunt Scythe was something that was associated with Priscilla? That doesn't make any sense. Speaking of miracles, let's go check and see if defeating a boss triggered the event that I was waiting for. It did. So you'll notice that Irina is no longer here. And that's certainly an interesting development, isn't it? Well, we will be dealing with that next time. For now, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Later, Internet.